Hiya, this is a short video. I just want to show you how you can easily count down and up the numbers in Blender using only 3 geometry nodes and a timeline. So let's start from the beginning. Don't delete anything from the scene. Let's select that cube and rename it. Let's call it numbers, as this is gonna be our numbers. Then let's open the geometry nodes, and we've got 3 screens. Let's join the top 2 to the left, so we've got just object mode, and we can click new. When we click new, we've got 2 nodes, group input and output, and as I said, we only need 3 nodes to make it work. So first Shift A and we can find string to curves in a search. Then we can delete the group input, and we can connect string to curves node to group output. And nothing happened yet, as we need another node. So let's type Shift A, and in a search we can look for value to string node. Then we can connect value to string to curves, and now we've got our number. So let's put it upright on the x-axis. So we've got the object properties on the right. Let's open this, and under transform in the rotation we can on the x-axis we can put 90, and then we've got the numbers turning up. So in the value of string node we can increase or decrease the value, so our numbers is gonna up or down, as well as we can add some decimals. We can put any number after the dot. So for now let's leave everything at 0, and let's go to the timeline. So let's set the timeline to frame 1 first, then we can go to value to string node, and we can basically keyframe the value of 0, because we want the, let's say we want the 0 at the frame 1. So right click on the value and we can insert the keyframe at frame 1, and you see the value highlighted yellow, and also we've got the keyframe, yellow keyframe at frame 1. So now let's move the slider to the frame 150, and in the value to string node we can set the value to 20. And the same, we have to keyframe this, so right click, insert the keyframe, and the value is now yellow, and we've got a keyframe at frame 150. And now we can bring the slider to the beginning of the animation, and let's hit the space bar to play the animation, and you see the number are counting till number 20. So now let's add 2 zeros after the dot, so increase the decimals to 2 in the value to string node, and let's play the animation. So the numbers are counting from 1 to 20 and stop at 20. So now what if we want to count down from 20 to 1? It's very easy. We need to just swap these 2 keyframes. So use G to grab the keyframe and then move it to the beginning of the animation, and the keyframe from the beginning animation to the frame 150. And then when you play, the numbers will count down. By the way, if you can't see your keyframes, they disappear somehow. So what you need to do, you need to select the numbers in the object mode and then click the value to string node, and then they are back. And obviously you can move the keyframes to whatever frame you want. And then, you know, if we extend it in a timeline, basically the numbers will count slower. The only problem we've got now is when they start counting from the beginning of the animation, they start slower, and then they speeding up in the middle of the animation, and then they slowing down at the end of the animation. But we can easily fix it. We just need to open the graph editor, and then we have to select all the points in a graph editor, then right click on the mouse, and we have to choose interpolation mode and change from Bezier to linear. And then all the numbers counting in the same speed. So these are 3 nodes that we can use to make the numbers counting up and down, obviously using a timeline as well. But there's a couple of nodes that we can use to make these numbers look better. At the moment we don't have any fill in these numbers, so we can find a node that can fill the numbers. Shift A and we can find fill curve. Then we can place it after the string to curves node, and you see that we've got the fill already. We can also use the material node to do some material, some color to the numbers. And we've got node set material, so let's place it under the fill curve node. And as you see, we've got just one material in this node, which is white. That's why the numbers are white. So let's put another color, another material to it. So to do this, we have to go to material properties on the right, click the material icon and we can choose some red color. And now when we back to set material node, then we can find this red in the material panel. And also maybe we want to extrude these numbers. So there is a node for this, Shift A, and we can type in a search extrude mesh. And when we find this node, let's place it after the set material node. And then we can set the offset to something like 0.5. Our numbers are ready, so we can count it down and up as you see. So that's it in this video. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time. Bye.